one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2-3. 1, 2, 3. Finish.
Well, I tell you what, L, look, I give up, okay? When it comes down to Steph Curry, the light-skinned brother with the green eyes, I finally bow down to him, okay? He is him.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know, there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps because they know what happens next. So without further ado,
free smoke.
Look, scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much or how you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop a million songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
You view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, I don't know, provide the house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success.
Guardian angel, and that translates into Kevin. No love like mine's another lifetime. We used to be together. Broke my heart to see you hurt in desperate need of affection. Gave up my wings and fell in love. Was supposed to be your protector. You broke my heart and it's just not getting better. The angels telling me that God won't let me back into heaven. I'm tired of playing games with you. You feel the same way too, yeah. Yo, Kevin Gates be spitting, yo. Love somebody else, you broke my heart and it's just not getting better. The angels telling me that God won't let me back into heaven. Yo, that's my guy, bro. It's Hove, it's Cole, it's Gates, bro. I don't care how y'all opinions on that is my guy. Turn pale in the pale moonlight. I'm your guardian angel. And that translates into Kevin. No love like mine's another lifetime. We used to be together. That man said, in another lifetime, we used to be together. Broke my heart to see you hurt in desperate need of affection. Gave up my wings and fell in love. Was supposed to be your protector. Listen to that man. Broke my heart to see you hurt in desperate need of affection. Gave up my wings and fell in love. Was supposed to be your protector. Love somebody else, you broke my heart and it's just not getting better. The angels telling me that God won't let me back into heaven. Girl, I'm tired of playing games with you. I know inside you feel the same way too. Yo, man, he be spitting, man. But yo, what's up, man? Happy Sunday, man. I hope everybody out there doing good. I don't go to church, but I hope y'all went to church today. I'm not saying that, bro. If you went to church, good for you. If you didn't, good for you. I'm not one of them people. I could care less what you did. As far as that goes, you know what I'm saying? Do what makes you happy. But I hope everybody having a dope day out there today. I hope everybody is... I haven't decided if I'm going to go to work tonight or not. I think I am. So I got to get this video up before said shift starts. But shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to my guy Henry, bro. Just keeping the channel up and strong, bro. That is my guy, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm working on some things, Henry. I'm telling you right now, I'm working on some things. Just know that. But appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscriptions. I appreciate the shares. Spread the channel. Tell people about the channel. Tell your friends about the channel. Play your friends some of your favorite parts of the videos. Play some points in the videos that you feel like you don't hear this on a regular show every day, because they only can talk about a couple things. They only care to talk about a couple things. And if their ego not involved, they definitely not going to talk about it, because it seems as though that is what sports media is nowadays. But we're not really here to talk about that. I just be going on rants sometimes. Girl, I'm tired of playing games with you. Listen. The NFL season is among us. The NFL season is among us, bro. We got... Hey, that's a game. But Thursday Night Football, it is almost here on NBC. The reigning Super Bowl champions, Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, are at home to open the season against the Detroit Lions. Now, I'm not usually a fan of these opening season matchups. They're not really usually that good. Look back at last year. But I got hope for this one. But before I get into that, yo, we will be going through... welcome to the first episode of 2023-24 season of predictions. We will be predicting every game. Obviously, it's opening week, so I'm not going to go too deep into every single matchup. Here's why. I understand what teams were last year, and obviously I will point to things that happened last year, like, oh, they might have been this good last year, this and that. They might have lost this piece, that piece, yada, yada, yada. But just because a team was good last year, just because a team was bad last year, does not guarantee said outcome this year. So it's not an exact science using last year's record or data, just to be honest with you. Bro, I just drank some of the nastiest fucking water I done ever drank in my life. Immediate regret. But before I get to the Lions, I'm going to just do the Lions and the Chiefs last, because that's the one that's coming up the quickest. And I just decided that. I just made that decision. And I usually tell you what time each game is. I did not write that down on my sheet. I apologize. It's still preseason for me also. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is still very much the preseason for me. Plus, I just worked a 38-hour week this last week. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a bit tired. I'm not quite sure as to why I'm going in tonight. I don't need to go in tonight, but I am going in tonight. So it's whatever. Let's begin the show. Carolina, Atlanta. I told my homeboy Mike that I would pick Atlanta to win this game because Atlanta was at home. And really, listen, my thing with Atlanta is you got Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Desmond Ridder, Bijan Robinson. You got a good little young core if Desmond Ridder actually become a great quarterback. However, we do not know if Desmond Ridder is a good quarterback or not. So I believe that the Falcons, unless they just come out the gate hot this year and show you that they're going to be a prolific offense, what I think this game plan for this, what the team's game plan will be at home is run the air out the ball. That's what they go. I think that's what the game plan is going to be. Try to build an offense around running the ball with Bijan Robinson and playing off of that. You might throw some play actions in there, screens, all type of things. I saw Bijan make a catch in the preseason. That was pretty wild. But I don't know if that will be successful against Carolina because Carolina got a good defense. Carolina had a good defense last year. The defense was good the year before that. Like, Carolina just has good defenses. They know how to play defense. And I told my homie I would take Atlanta in this game. Give me a second. I had to get my pen, yo. I got to write down. I got to remember who I picked for each game. Carolina, Atlanta. I'm taking Carolina. I don't have faith in Atlanta's defense. I'm going to continue to say that. I know the dude who watched the video of me talk about the Falcons was not happy with me. But I just don't. I was talking to my homeboy about this at work yesterday before we went in. Bro, I don't understand the Falcons, to be completely honest with you. I don't agree with drafting Kyle Pitts at the time. I think that's the time you should have tried to get a quarterback because you knew Matt Ryan was on the back end of his career. He was already on the back end of his career, but for some reason you thought he could dig out of it. Kyle Pitts was not saving him, especially you got rid of Julio Jones, bro. Julio Jones would have been better for Matt Ryan in that moment than Kyle Pitts. It just is what it is. I understand Julio kept getting hurt, but Kyle Pitts to me is not what Atlanta needed in that moment. Then you draft Bijan Robinson this year. Now, if Bijan ended up becoming a superstar type of player, you got me. If he does not, I don't understand that move by Atlanta. I think when you are a team like Atlanta, I don't have a, how I'm trying to say this, because I don't want to make it seem like I don't like it when teams go after young talent. Young receivers, tight ends, and top tier ones in the draft. That's not my problem. My problem is when your defense was so bad, like on a year in, year out basis after that Super Bowl. When you saw the decline of your offensive greats, Julio, Matt Ryan, different people started leaving. Devontae Freeman left. The head coach get fired. Whole new culture come in. I don't understand why you don't eventually begin the rebuild. Like it's almost feel like Atlanta haven't really committed to a rebuild as much as they just been forced to be put in a rebuild. And because of that, I don't know if this is the best drafting. Like I'm not a fan of the drafting that they did. Like I just feel like it's different picks throughout the last couple drafts they could have made that would have made Atlanta a far better team. They could have got Jalen Carter, bro, and they took Bijan. Like, I just think I like AJ Terrell. But, man, I don't like the pieces that was brought in. I really don't. Like, and I'm not telling you that those players is bad, but what I'm telling you is those are not game-changing, differential-making players at this point in their careers anymore or at all, nor never were. And so Atlanta's defense is just, I don't know what to think. They could be good this year, and then they could be the worst in the league this year, or they could be somewhere in the middle. But I don't think they'll be good enough to make a difference, and basically to where Carolina's offense could be down some, but the defense so good that it could get them about 2-3 wins. I don't see that with Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta's defense getting them wins. And I also don't see I don't know what their offense will be. I know what I think their offense will be. But I don't have a guarantee on as to what Atlanta's offense will look like. Now, I know some Atlanta fans will look at their offense and say, well, we got more weapons than Carolina. I mean, maybe. I like Carolina's running back group. I also like, and I trust them more because they done it. They done been good in the NFL already. Bijan is not. He is a rookie. I like I like Carolina's offensive line. I think they could be better, but I don't think Carolina has a terrible offensive line. Better quarterback play behind their offensive line to make their offensive line look even better. I also like Bryce Young. And I think while, yes, he is a rookie also, I think he is a more developed passer of the football than boy, it's so hard to remember this dude for the Falcons. Because I call him who all the time at work. Desmond Ridder. So I'm taking Carolina in this game, if only because I feel like Carolina's defense will have a strong start to the season. And this will be one of those games where Carolina's defense starts fast. Jacksonville, Indy. You know I have no love in my heart whatsoever for the Indianapolis Colts. Can't stand them. Shit organization. I'm taking Jacksonville. Jacksonville is just a better team for one. I like Jacksonville's defense. They can always get better. Jacksonville is not a perfect team. I saw somebody say the other day that Jacksonville is by far and away the best team in the division. I definitely don't agree with that. I think Jacksonville just have the only team without questions at quarterback. Like, you know, Trevor Lawrence is their quarterback. The only thing that you hope is that he continue to develop. I'm not going to say they by far and away the best team in the division, but I do like the weapons. I like Calvin Ridley. I like Evan Ingram. I like Travis Etienne. I like, what's my man's name? Christian Kirk. I like I love Doug Peterson. So I like the Jacksonville team. And I do believe Jacksonville is in a situation now, or in a position now where you should be the best team in the division because you are the only team in the division without a question at quarterback. But what I want to see Jacksonville do this year is get Trevor Lawrence even more comfortable in the NFL passing game. Because right now, Jacksonville, to me, the run set up everything for Jacksonville. Travis Etienne is a stud. As soon as Trevor Lawrence get even better in the pocket and he grow in that area, because Trevor Lawrence to me is not a top 5 quarterback right now. I know people be having him like in the top 5, top 6, top 7. I don't agree with that. I would take Dak Prescott over him right now. That's crazy. Y'all just don't watch football games. But what I'm telling you is that Trevor Lawrence can get over that this year. So I'm taking Jacksonville. I think it's going to be a big year for Jacksonville. I took Jacksonville last year to win that division, and they started off scary. That's the thing that kind of scared me about them. They could start off slow again. But I think because they done been together this long now, they got Doug Peterson year 2, they'll be better. They'll start off a little bit faster. It won't come down to the last game of the season this year with a bad Titans team. So I'm taking Jacksonville. San Francisco, Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is at home. Oh, those first 2 games that I just called, Atlanta is at home and Indy is at home. San Fran, Atlanta. San Fran, Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh at home. Pittsburgh usually start the season off pretty good. They started the season off good last year against the Bengals. They started the season off the year before that, I believe. Who did they play the year before that? We ain't even going to go back that far. But they started off the year good last year. I think they'll start off the year good this year again. Pittsburgh's defense is healthy. So that's why they always start the year off pretty good in these first games. Because you got a healthy defense. Injuries haven't occurred yet. The tolls on the body haven't transpired yet. I'm not sure what to expect from Brock Purdy. I'm going to be 100 with you. I don't know what to expect from Brock Purdy. I don't know what to expect from the San Francisco offense in the first game of the season. San Francisco, unlike Pittsburgh, they like to start slow. So San Francisco could come out there and get mollywopped in the first game of the season, to be completely honest with you. Now, I'm thinking about that Eagles game. San Francisco gonna have to protect the quarterback. Pittsburgh is one of them teams. They got legitimate pass rushes. You got Cam coming in there. You got TJ coming in there. You got legitimate pass rushes coming in there with a lot of guys on the around them to help them get to the quarterback. So I do think this will be a good game, though. I don't think this will actually be an ass whooping. I also think it'll be a low scoring game because I just don't have faith. I told you I don't know what to expect from Kenny Pickett. From Purdy. I don't know what to expect from Kenny Pickett either. And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Much like men who wear fingernail polish, quarterbacks who wear gloves on their throwing hand just throw me off, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. It throws me all the fucking way off. So I don't really know how to approach that yet. I need to see Kenny Pickett be great for a number of years like Kurt Warner. I need to see that. because it still kind of throw me off. It don't throw me off as much as dudes who be painting their fingernails, bro. I know there's 2 videos I done addressed that topic, but it's crazy to me. But I'm taking Pittsburgh, but I do think this will be a good game. Now, my cause for concern is Kenny Pickett could come in here and become Kenny Picks against this San Francisco defense. I am well aware of that. However, I'm hoping that don't occur because it's in Pittsburgh. If it was in San Francisco, I would have took San Francisco. I'm not going to lie to you. But Pittsburgh got a great fan base. They're going to be there loud to open the season. I'm taking Pittsburgh. Arizona, Washington. I'm taking Washington. Come on, bro. This is going to be a rebuild year for Arizona. No Kyler Murray. No DeAndre Hopkins. No Christian Kirk. You still got Rondale Moore, but good Lord, who throwing him the football? Because didn't they get rid of Colt McCoy? So it's going to be one of them years for Arizona. And plus, Washington has a good defense. I expect Washington defense to be good to start the season. And I want to see Eric Bieniemy's offense with Sam Howell against Arizona. Arizona's defense, they still got... You know what I'm interested in? Would it come to Arizona? Buda Baker. Do it become a point in time where they believe like, okay, we need to trade Buda Baker because we not going nowhere. We don't have a chance at a Super Bowl. There's no point in playing a payer this much money or having him on the team when we have no shot at winning. I'm interested to know. I don't know if I would trade him because I don't know how long Arizona is going to be down, to be completely honest with you. Like Kyler Murray, I don't expect to see Kyler at any point in time this year. And I know I saw the reports the other day about them might possibly tanking for Caleb Williams. That'll be I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. For the simple reason, you just paid Kyler Murray. But if you can find somebody to pick up Kyler's contract, I mean, I guess. I don't watch Caleb Williams, so I don't know if he's a sure thing. But that is very interesting when I heard that put out there. So, yeah. I don't know what to expect from Arizona this year, but it'll be interesting if they enter one of them situations where they go into a full wholesale to try to acquire draft picks. We shall see. I'm not expecting a big year for Washington either, but they should win this game. But it'd just be like Washington, Ron Rivera, to go in there and lose this game. I don't believe Ron Rivera will be the head coach by the end of the season. And if he is the head coach by the end of the season, it's simply out of the respect that they have for him. But I do believe he'll end up being fired at season's end. Washington not going to get to where it want to get to with Ron Rivera at the helm, in my opinion. I'm not telling you Ron Rivera is a bad person or nothing like that. I just don't think he's a great head coach. I think the years in Carolina, he was highly overrated because of the talent on that team. Like I said, people rarely give Cam Newton the credit he deserved. But I done talked to multiple Carolina Panther fans over the last month. A lot of them really, I'm not talking about like kind of sort of, oh, maybe he should. No. I'm talking about almost every single one of them had strong arguments that Cam Newton better be in the Hall of Fame. And I don't know if I disagree with them. But Carolina, to me, had a juggernaut over there. The only thing that could have got Carolina over the hump was a head coach. For some reason, though, people kept saying, Ron Rivera was the good head coach. They need other players. Yeah, it would have helped to get receivers over there and an offensive-minded head coach or just a better head coach than Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera was managing dudes. He wasn't helping dudes. He wasn't taking them to the next level. He was like, bro, go look at those rosters of talent on the defensive side of the ball. Go look at Cam Newton. No disrespect to Greg Olsen. But who was he working with aside from Greg Olsen, bro? Steve Smith was on the back end of his career. I understand he went to Baltimore and had one more great year of his career, but still, come on, bro. Kelvin Benjamin had one good year, and then you saw what happened to him afterwards. The man carried. Cam Newton took a team to a Super Bowl with just Greg Olsen. Christian McCaffrey was not there yet. But I digress. Cincinnati, Cleveland. Now, bro, here's the thing. Cincinnati struggles against Cleveland. I don't know if Joe Burrow playing. Like, they keep talking about these reports of him and his ankle and whatnot, or his leg or whatever. Bro, is he playing? See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. How am I supposed to make my predict? Broke my heart to see you hurting. Desperate need of affection. Gave up my wings and fell in love. Supposed to be your love somebody else. You broke my heart and it's just not getting better. The angels telling me to God won't let me back in heaven. I had to do that so I wouldn't curse just now, bro. We trying to become a more family-friendly type of show, bro. We got to blow up, man. Don't get mad at me. We still going to be cursing, but we just picking and choosing. Cincinnati, Cleveland. Listen, I'm taking Cincinnati if Joe Burrow play, even though Cincinnati struggles against Cleveland. I kind of want to take Cleveland, too, though, because matter of fact, I'm taking Cleveland. Here's why. I am going through history on this because I continuously pick Cleveland to win these games against the against the Bengals at home. Cincinnati struggle against Cleveland for some reason. I don't really understand it, but they do. Cleveland can win this game at home. Run the air out of the ball with Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett got to have a big role in the game too, but not Kareem Hunt, he is no longer there. Nick Chubb, one of the top 3 running backs in the league, should have a big game. Now, Cincinnati has a great defense, and I imagine Cincinnati's defense will be up for the challenge to start the season. However, like I said before, for some reason, Cincinnati struggles against this team. So, I got a lot of faith that, screw my faith, Deshaun Watson got to be good this year, bro. It just is what it is. I said it in the previous video, but Deshaun Watson cannot be bad this year. He can't. I don't know how you justify that contract if he have a bad year this year. And it ain't my money. And you know I could care less about what somebody getting paid unless they underpaid. I don't make a fuss about dudes being overpaid. I could care less about that. You worth what you negotiate. I only argue when guys are underpaid. That's all I care about. I don't care when that dudes is being overpaid. That's a shout out to you, the stupid ass organization. That's on them. In this situation, shout out to Watson. He got a bag. Cleveland better pray he become Deshaun Watson from Houston this year. Because somebody got to get fired. I mean, you can't justify this contract if Deshaun Watson is not good this year. Fuck good. He got to be back to being Deshaun Watson. So, I have to hope that this is Deshaun Watson's resurgence year. He back in the groove of things. He done had an off season, a training camp. Did he play in the preseason? I don't know if he did or didn't. I don't think he did. That's interesting. So, if Deshaun Watson come out and struggle to start the season, I mean, this is just on Cleveland at this point. I mean, I pay you too much money not to put you in there in the preseason to make sure, at least for a snap, for a series, you know, that we ain't finna be retreading on what we did last year. But I'm not Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I don't make those decisions for Cleveland. And it seems as though Cleveland's multitude of dumbass decisions, well, that's exactly why Cleveland is Cleveland. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm taking Cleveland to win this with all that shit I just talked about Cleveland. But maybe I'm hoping, maybe this the year that the Bengals finally stop struggling against this team and just put them down. But we'll see, bro. Because like I said, I don't know if Joe Burrow is healthy or not. I'll know more when the season starts, obviously. I'm not an insider, guys. Newsflash. I don't got inside information. Tennessee, New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. I don't know what Tennessee is doing at quarterback. Tannehill, Willis, Levis. Don't know, don't care. Don't think it will be good enough. I think this is where the train stops for Tannehill. And while I like Derek Carr, but I don't think Derek Carr is I don't think Derek Carr is an upper echelon quarterback. He better than every quarterback on the Tennessee Titans. Not to mention, while Alvin Kamara will miss the start of the season, and I believe Mark Ingram is officially retired, even though I don't think he ever officially came out and said that, but I think he retired. We'll see. We'll see if he show up week 1. But I still like Olave, Thomas, if he can stay healthy this year. The Saints' offensive line seems to always be good. And, of course, that Saints defense. The Saints defense will show up. I have no doubt in my mind that of all the teams that'll show up in week 1, the Saints defense will be one of those units that shows up and shows out in week 1. So I'm taking the Saints in that game. That's not really a tough pick for me. I just got no faith in Tennessee's offense, even with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins. Tampa Bay, Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota. As you know, Baker Mayfield is the starter for Cleveland. I mean for Tampa Bay. And as you know, listen, we don't hate Baker Mayfield over here. We're just not fans. It's no shot I'm taking. And I like the Tampa Bay squad. Tampa Bay really only need a quarterback. And that ain't Baker. So I'm taking Minnesota. I like the I can't remember. I can never remember the receiver that they added in the draft. But I do like the receiver they added in the draft. I know some people don't like him. They say he talked too much already, but yeah, I just hate people with any type of self-confidence. As an owner, what I really want is for, or a head coach or a GM, what I really want the most is for a receiver that I just drafted to walk in, and I want him to say, the first thing I want him to say on the mic is how hard the NFL gonna be, how he think he gonna struggle a lot. I want him to talk about how he gonna underachieve and all that type of shit. That's really what I want. You know what I'm saying? I really want him to humble himself. I really want him to just shit all over himself. Shut up, bro. What's wrong with y'all, bro? Bro, y'all some weirdos, man. I say it all the time, but some of y'all fans are just weird. Just weird. Who raised y'all? Anyways, taking Minnesota. Shout out Justin Jefferson. I told y'all he was going to be the best receiver in the league last year. I'm saying a lot of told you so's right now. And that's on me, man, but I did tell you. That boy Saint might know a little bit something about football, eh? But Baltimore is no shot that I wrote. Okay, I thought I wrote Baltimore, but I wrote Houbal, and they both look like I spelled them the same way. I'm taking Baltimore. I don't know what to expect from Houston in week 1. Lamar Jackson is phenomenal in week 1s of the season. And it's in Baltimore. Now, if you're not a Raven fan, you might not know that Baltimore actually done struggled at home the last couple years. They're not as good a home team as you would expect them to be. And I understand Baltimore got some questions going into the season. Defense, Lamar and the offense. Well, that's a question by bozos, but talking about the real questions. No Marlon Humphrey, no more juice on the outside. You know, no big time pass rushers yet again. It's a lot of questions for the Baltimore defense, and I do like Houston's secondary. I keep saying that. I like their corners. I like their safeties. I like Houston's secondary, but I don't know what to expect from Houston's offense. And I do not think Houston's offense with Damian Priest will be able to run their way to a victory in this game. And for that reason, I'm taking the ball. Plus, the Baltimore Ravens have Lamar Jackson at the end of the day. And when you have him, you're expected to win. If it's 10 games, we expect you to win probably 8 of them. That's just how I go. For the Patrick Mahomes of the world, the Joe Burrows, the Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens. Herbert should be in that, but nobody give him any type of expectations. Herbert is allowed to just freelance out there. And people kept telling me, bro, Saint, why you making it about race, bro? They're not paying Lamar because he just not good. He ain't accomplished nothing. All right. Well, Herbert, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL history, and I'm waiting on you to tell me what he has accomplished. But that is neither here nor there. But I am taking the Baltimore Ravens in that game. Los Angeles Rams. They head to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm taking Seattle. Give me a quick second. I'm taking Seattle.
I got high hopes for Seattle this year. I think Seattle going to be a way better team this year than they even were last year. They caught people by surprise last year. They ain't catching nobody by surprise this year. Most people thought, oh, no, Russ, they won't be that good. All they ended up doing was having a good defense, good offense, still added more pieces to the offense in the offseason, added more pieces to that defense in the offseason. I'm trying to tell you right now, don't be shocked if you look up in week 10 or 8 or something and the Seahawks have a top 5 defense. Don't be shocked if that occurs. They got the talent. They got the coaching. Like, they clearly have the scheme. If you don't watch Seattle football, I'm telling you, they ushering in a new era of football. Not in a sense of game-changing, like revolutionary football. Just like in Seattle, they are changing the way they play football once again. Like, they are evolving like they had to do when they had Russ. And that just tells me that I was wrong about Pete Carroll on some of the things that I done said about him in the past. That's a damn good coach. He the coach that people thought Ron Rivera was. Just put it like that. And I'm going to leave it at that. And I also don't know what to expect from my Rams, man. You know, I tell you all the time, if I root for an NFC team, it's the Rams. I love Aaron Donald. I love the Rams. We will see what they are this year. I don't expect much. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a fan of the roster. Green Bay, Chicago. I'm taking Green Bay. I still have no faith in Justin Fields. I want to see what Justin Fields become. I told you. I'm not wishing that he played bad or hoping that he struggled or nothing crazy like that. I just don't know what to expect from him. Because I don't know what to expect from him, I have to go off of well, I could say I know what to expect, but I don't want to be mean. But I don't know if he's going to be any better let me be honest with you, man. I don't think Darryl Mooney's a bad receiver. Chase Claypool ain't either. It's a thing of motivation for him. And while I don't see Moore as a number 1 receiver, I do think he's a good receiver also. Cole Kmet is a good tight end. Could really be a great tight end if he had the quarterback and the opportunities. I don't think that the Bears supporting cast is as bad as the media continuously says it is. Am I telling you that he got the cast that that Cincinnati or Philadelphia has? No, I am not. But what I am telling you is that is not a bad cast. For some reason, people won't look at Justin Fields' individual play. Like, I don't know if it's people just don't know how to watch film, if people don't know how to break down what they seeing when they watch film. But this thing where everything is blamed on the coaching, the position coaches, the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the offensive line, the receivers, the tight ends, the running backs. Like, this is crazy. And I'm telling you, I hope Justin Fields have a great season. Because I'm telling you right now, if Bryce Young end up becoming a stud, the Bears, yet again, made a dumb decision in the draft by trading away that first pick and keeping Justin Fields. And I already think Bryce Young is better than Justin Fields. So, we shall see. If you had Bryce Young with those weapons, they wouldn't obviously have DJ Moore. But we'll see what happens, bro. But I got Green Bay winning. Now, when it comes to Green Bay, I just have faith in LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, if you ever watched Green Bay throughout these years with Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur, they weren't just great because of Aaron Rodgers. Matt LaFleur's offense, combined with what Aaron Rodgers liked to do, is what made him successful. However, I know people love to blame LaFleur for why they didn't get to a Super Bowl over that hump. I don't necessarily blame LaFleur, but we ain't going to get into that because that's in the past and it can't be changed. And we don't got that type of time. However, I have a lot of faith in Green Bay, bro. I told you, Jair Alexander to me is the best corner in football and also my favorite corner in football. I think the defense, when you go through the defensive roster for Green Bay, They just got studs, man. They just got studs. Gary, Preston, all the different Douglas. Like, they have so much talent on the defensive side of the ball, which is why I'm constantly irritated by how they was how people went at them last year. Oh, the defense so bad. No, it was not. They played more than good enough for this team to have been a playoff team last year. Y'all don't want to admit it, but this team did not make the playoffs because they would not adjust this offense. Matt LaFleur wanted the team to be a run-first team because he knew that was how they could get to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers came out and said he did not want to rely on the run. He was going to die on his sword and what got him there. And once that happened, there was no compromise. They had to run the Aaron Rodgers / Matt LaFleur offense. Now, it's just Matt LaFleur's offense. He got 2 stallions in his backfield. And Aaron Jones and Dillon. AJ Dillon. You have a great offensive line if they can stay healthy. You have a more than capable. No, that's a great defense. And you had the coaching. I'm interested to see what these receivers turn into. Watkins and all these guys. But I have faith in Jordan Love. Not just because of what I've seen from Jordan Love, but because my faith in Matt LaFleur. When you have a young quarterback who is not proven, who don't have a bunch of film to look at, it becomes a situation of how much do you trust the coach to get him to that point. I got a shit ton of faith in Matt LaFleur. I understand some people watch the games and they don't really see what Matt LaFleur's influence was on Green Bay. I did. Matt LaFleur, to me, is a great head coach. That's why I always go to bat for Kevin Stefanski. Because a bad record and a bad team is not, to me, indicative of how good or bad a head coach is. The Bengals are a damn great team. I do not think Zach Taylor is a great head coach. He's just in a great situation. Matt LaFleur done been in both situations at this point. He done had the quarterback and now he don't. But I'm telling you, this will turn out to be more of a Seattle situation from last year than a Denver Broncos situation. Will they struggle at times offensively? Absolutely. Jordan Love, this is his first year starting in the NFL. However, I'm telling you, this is my... Listen, if you don't hear nothing else from me, you gonna hear me say this. Take this from this episode. Green Bay will win that division this year. That's the limb I'm going out on this year. That's my bold prediction. Green Bay winning that division. That's the type of faith I have in Matt LaFleur and this team. And they also going to win this game. Las Vegas, Denver Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos. I think this will be a better year for Russell Wilson. But listen, I really don't like what I'm about to do because it's going to sound like I'm going at Russell Wilson. But I think we got to look closer at what happened last year. There's a lot of things that went wrong from last year for the Denver Broncos. I done talked about that multiple times, but I just want to focus on Russ for a second. While I don't put even half of what went wrong on Russ, what I do take away from Russ is that he is not a great pocket quarterback. Russ survived more so when things break down, he get out and it's a free-for-all. Defense don't know what to do. The talented receivers just find ways to get open. He don't have that right now. You don't have a DK Metcalf. You don't have a Tyler Lockett. You don't have that type of talent surrounding you. I do trust Sean Payton will be better for him. And I do trust Sean Payton will be better for the Denver Broncos as a whole. But what I'm interested to see is I just don't have faith in the Vikings. I mean, not the Vikings, in the Raiders. The Raiders should be trying to lose every game. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Raiders. When it comes to the Broncos, though, if you are trying to salvage Russell Wilson in that contract, I don't know if 1 year. See, this could end up being the Trevor Lawrence situation. You go from a terrible head coach to a structured head coach. And I do believe that'll be better for Russ. However, it's not going to just be on the surroundings and the coaching. This is going to be a little bit on Russ, too, because I need to see Russ still be great again. Individually, like do the things that make you great. The drop back. Understand, Russ has never been good at pocket play to me. Like, he is terrible at taking sacks, bro. I don't know why this man take the sacks that he take, but he do. And it just is what it is at this point. However, I got faith that the Denver Broncos will be a better team. I don't think they'll be over 500. Well, I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year. But I do think they'll win this game. Because it's just too many what ifs right now for me when it comes to the Denver Broncos. Miami. They head to LA to take on the Chargers. I'm taking Miami. Tua is healthy. Miami is healthy. I'm taking Miami. I think Miami, for one, Miami's offense, when healthy, is one of the better offenses in the NFL. I just have no faith in the Chargers winning big games. I am interested to see how they look under Kellen Moore. I don't know if Kellen Moore will be that big of a difference. And here's why. My problem with the offensive coordinator, I don't know if my problem with the offensive coordinator was the problem that y'all had with him. Because the offensive coordinator did a lot of dinking and dunking before. And they still racked up yards. They still took the shots here and there. They still put points on the board. If you want to blame the offensive coordinator for this team not coming through in big games, fine. I don't blame him for that. I blame the players. I just think there's a lot of times where those same passes that was open in the beginning of the game is open late in the game and Justin Herbert just don't make it. Justin Herbert in the beginning of the game has not been the same Justin Herbert at the end of some of these games when the games matter. It's very funny to me how Lamar, you need to play better in big games. But for Justin Herbert, it's, oh, his coach need to be better. His offensive coordinator need to be better. His players need to be better. But Justin Herbert is never at fault. That's strange to me. However, from my perspective, from my lenses, I think Justin Herbert and those guys as a whole need to be better in big-time situations and big-time games. To me, that is the difference between this team and the good teams. They continue to fail in big-time situations. I don't know if Kellen Moore really helped that because a couple things. Kellen Moore did not play against the type of teams that he's going to be playing against on a routine basis in the AFC. You get a couple breaks in there in the NFC when you the OC of Denver. You also got a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball in Denver. I mean in Dallas. So some of the things that he might been able to do in Denver because he knew he had that security blanket on the other side of the ball, you don't have that now. Keenan Allen is getting up there. It looked like he leaving his prime. Mike Williams, still a great. Both of these are still great weapons. But we shall see how this all end up ultimately turning out for the Denver Broncos, for the Chargers. But for me, I don't know about it. I don't know. A lot of people is head over heels about Kellen Moore. To me, I'm more of a, I don't think that was the problem. So this is one of those you can well, I'm not gonna say skin a cat. What's the difference saying? I guess it's a million different ways to peel a potato, and this is one of them. Whether it was dinking and dunking, whether it's taking a lot of crazy shots down the field, I don't think that was the problem. But I am taking Miami to win that game. Philadelphia, New England. You know I'm taking Philadelphia, man. I'm sorry, we do not have the capacity. We do not have the capacity. That's New England. Listen, New England's defense will look good. They always look good. But they ain't stopping the Eagles, bro. The Eagles defense gonna look good. The Eagles offense gonna look good too. It is not too much to need to be said about this. I'm not gonna go into one of my rants about Mac Jones and how they done him. I'm actually gonna make a video for that coming out very soon. Just understand, if New England don't change, bruh, look at how much more talented the Philadelphia Eagles are than the Patriots. Now, I just want you to sit with that thought for a second and understand, most of the teams the Patriots play will be more talented than them. Just because of the void of talent the Patriots have. But that is neither here nor there. Dallas Giants. I have absolutely no faith in the Giants. I do like that Isaiah Simmons trade they just made. But y'all know how I feel about Dallas. Dallas could be a legitimate Super Bowl team if Dak Prescott get over that hump this year. And if that take Mike McCarthy calling the plays, so be it. I don't have a problem with McCarthy. I really don't. I think people's problems with McCarthy is, I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's stemmed from their love for Dak Prescott. For Aaron Rodgers. I don't know, man. But Dallas is a damn good team. They could have beat the Chargers. I mean, not the Chargers. Dallas should have been playing the Eagles last year in that NFC Championship game. All they needed was for Dak to be better. And I think Dak will be better this year. I like the young running back they got playing behind Pollard. I like Pollard. I like the weapons. I like the addition of Brandon Cooks. And you know I like that Dallas defense. Trayvon Diggs, one of my favorite corners in the game. And he also, in my opinion, is a top 3 corner. Yeah. Him and Jair Alexander could really be 1A for me, to be completely honest with you. But Jair is my guy, so I'm a little bit. I love Trey too, though, because I don't like how people was trying to shit on him for so many, for like 2 years straight. People kept just going on Twitter lying, talking about he give up 300 yards. Like, stop it, bro. And the Monday Night Football game to kick off the Monday night season, bro. We got the Bills and the Jets. I'm taking the Bills. It's in New York. New York. It's in New York. I'm taking the Bills. Listen, I got more faith in Buffalo to start the season than I do in the Jets. I got to see the Jets. The Jets are new. Listen, I like the Jets defense. I like the Jets offense. I don't really have much bad to say about the Jets. I really don't. This is one of those I need to see it first before I take them over a team that I know I've seen together for a long time. And so that's just simply what this one is. It's no deep analysis. There's nothing like that. I think both teams will be playoff teams this year, to be honest with you. This is one of the reasons that the Patriots are going to constantly look up and see teams that's far more talented than them. I just want y'all to know. Let me put this in perspective for you. The Patriots are going to play the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets 6 times this year in all, because you play them all twice. 6 times when the Patriots touch the field, and 7 if you want to go ahead and include the game they got coming up against the Philly. That is 7 games that we know for a fact. And I imagine they play Dallas this year also. So that's 8 games that we factually know the Patriots will go into those games with not less talent on their team, far less talent on their team. I'm talking about far less talent to the point where it's like, bro, who is building this Patriots team now? That's the type of point I'm trying to make to you. No talent, no team, in my opinion, should be this void of talent when they are not rebuilding. This is crazy. No team should be this void of talent when they have a quarterback, bro. This is why I'm irritated with the New England Patriots. And I don't know how people don't go at this team more often, but whatever. But that is the week 1. Oh, no. I was about to forget one. We got the last one. The Lions and the Chiefs. I was actually going to take the Lions in this game. Because I don't know about the Chiefs defense. The Chiefs defense can look like shit to start the season. This is a tough one. I'm not going to have a deep analysis on this one either. All the deep stuff comes the weeks following. I'm going to take the Chiefs, man. They'll hang on and get the win in this one. Somehow, somewhere. They'll hang on and get the win. With that being said, though, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode of Kicking It With Saint. And the first, I guess this is technically like season 3, but I haven't labeled none of my things seasons. But I guess this is technically like the opening of season 3 because this is my 3rd NFL season on the channel. So I appreciate y'all for joining me for, I guess, season 3 of Kicking It With Saint. The NFL season is swiftly approaching. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You could be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. Listen, things don't always go the way we plan them. But that's why we keep on living. You got this, big dog. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them, man. I fuck with you and I love y'all. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty red track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Bye.